Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome to another episode of Visuals with Maan. In this episode, we will continue our previous discussion linked in the description below, where we explored the relationship of the Modified Sierpiński Carpet and the Wallis Product by looking closely at the mathematics behind the patterns and constructions. So today, we will explore and navigate a Streamlit-based application in order to visualize the Modified Sierpiński Carpet Fractal. So let's go through the components of the app. But first, we need to run the Python script. Alright, so first we're going to go to the command prompt. Alright, and then the script is at the desktop. And we're gonna make use of a virtual environment. Let's enable it. Alright, and then since it's a Streamlit based application, so we use this command, Streamlit run, and then the path of the script. So let's wait. Alright, so we already have the app in here. Okay, so let's go through the components of this app. So first, we have here the slider for the number of iterations, okay, which determines how detailed the fractal has become. And then here we have the drop-down menu for the resolution. Okay, so we have resolution 243, resolution 729, and resolution 2187. And this is very important, especially for higher iterations, so that the fractal can still be clearly rendered on the screen. And at the center of this application, we have the visualization of the Modified Sierpiński Carpet together with the remaining area at each iteration. And below such visualization, we can also see here the breakdown or the factor breakdowns for the numerator and denominator for the remaining area of each iteration level. Alright, so another metric here is the theoretical area fraction, which is being computed using the formula of the remaining area. In theory, this process continues, okay, until the number of iterations approaches infinity. Alright, and then another important metric here is the digital rendering area fraction, which is grid-based. And this is being computed by dividing the number of field pixels or field grids by the total number of pixels in the image. In simple terms, it tells us what fraction of the visual grid is being occupied by the fractal. So since our goal here is to compare the infinite product structure of the Modified Sierpiński Carpet and the Wallis Product, we're also showing here the breakdown of factors for the Wallis Product. Okay, and comparing both structures, we can see that there is indeed a consistent difference of a factor of 1/2. And such a 1/2 discrepancy can also be seen here in the Wallis running value computed in the app. And finally, we have a structural connection in this app. Let me read it to you, a sample connection. At iteration 1, notice the overarching string configuration relationship. Half the Wallis sequence value is this much, matching your true mathematical fractal space of this model. Yes, we can see a big discrepancy here, but as we increase the number of iterations, okay, we can see that the values of both models move closer and closer, okay, as we approach infinity. Alright, showing a clear convergence in their structure. Alright, so let's now have some fun and move the iteration slider. So first, here at iteration 1, R is 3 and the grid structure is 3 by 3. And this is how the fractal looks at this iteration. Now let's move to iteration 2. At iteration 2, our R is 5 and our grid structure is a 5 by 5. And this is how the fractal looks at this iteration. And please go through the metrics in this app. Okay, and let's have a look at this part here. Okay, so we observe that there are 2 factors of 2 in the numerator for the Wallis product. Okay, when we compare this from this pattern. So we can see this is where, okay, the structural difference appears between these 2 patterns here. Alright, so here at 1 is 3 by 3 grid, and then iteration 2, this is 5 by 5 grid. So this is how the fractal looks, 5 by 5 grid. And then iteration 3, this is 7 by 7 grid. Iteration 4, this is 9 by 9 grid. And finally at iteration 5, 11 by 11, the image collapse. Okay, so let's see, we don't have the image anymore. So what we need to do is just to increase the resolution. Okay, and then let's wait for the app to process the data. So at this point, this is how the fractal looks when we have an 11 by 11 grid. Alright, so this brings our visualization together to a close. I hope that this episode was meaningful and enjoyable. And as a kind support, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share your comments below. Until next time, I'll see you in the next episode of Visuals with Maan. Bye for now.